I'm fine.
This is Oscar Bevis for IFL TV. Izzy, my man, good to see you. Happy New Year as we move into 2024. Mate, we've got a lot to talk about. But first off, how's things?
Yes, all good. Happy New Year to you, all the viewers, everybody out there. You know, gonna be a massive year for us. Hope everybody gets all the goals, reaches all the goals, has a good year, and go fucking smash it.
That's more like it. A little bit of a description of where we are today. We're in King's Cross, St Pancras, which is, of course, where real businessmen do their business. We've got a nice little setting and a little shout out to the bar Searchies that we're in as well. We've given us a nice little spot here.
Yeah, great credit to them. There weren't no problem here. You know, they know GBM's going everywhere, so they're like, yeah, come in straight away. Now, listen, we're in the capital. I've been saying it for a few years now. I'm kind of sick of hearing it myself. We need to spread ourselves. You know, we're not just a Sheffield-based promotion. And listen, big things happening for 2024, and we're here in the capital, the smoke. They say when it all happens, we've got to see it yet.
Yeah, mate, can't wait for you boys to come and take over London for a show. Obviously, we're going to talk about 2024, but we've got to cover 2023, and I guess perhaps 2022 as well, because by the time your first show rolls around, it would have been just coming up to 2 years of GBM Sports. I know you believe in yourself, but there is no way even you could have imagined it would have gone as well as it's gone for the last 2 years.
Listen, I'm absolutely shitting myself with that train coming. I'm not listening to what you said. It's all right, there's no trains behind, is there?
Getting run over by the Eurostar now, innit?
You like me enough. If a train's coming behind me, let me know.
I'll let you know.
You sure? Yeah, what was the question again?
The last 2 years, just the way they've gone, how smoothly it's run. I bet even you, like I said, you believe in yourself, but I bet even you thought couldn't have gone like this.
Yeah, really, I was blagging the life out of it for 2 years. And did I think I would get this far? I did in one sense, but other sense I'm trying it a lot. But listen, we're in a great place. We've done unbelievable progression. I don't believe anybody's progressed as much as us in announcement, typical, yeah, while we're going through this. In the last 2 years, I don't think anybody's progressed like we have, developed, worked on the brand, getting a team, you know, building a group of fighters. I think has been unbelievable. But a lot of hard work, a lot of dedication, and listen, we go again. It's time to show levels now. We've got a massive plan for 2024. Just to kind of put it in perspective to what's going to happen, we're going to do more shows this year than we have in the last 2 years. So it's going to be full on action all year long.
Yeah, bring it on. Just a question in terms of the last show you done in 2023, opening the new Park Community Arena in Sheffield, and then looking back to the first show in 2022, where I know Junaid made his debut. Yeah. When you look at that show and the last one of 2023, talk to me about the differences between the two, because obviously, like you said, you've grown a lot in that time.
It's madness. So our first ever show, obviously we're absolutely oblivious to what's going to happen. Never put anything on, never even put a birthday party on. Like we're just talking about it today, coming up here on the train and saying, how much have we grown? We've got 11, 12 members of full-time staff at the moment. We've got over 24, 25 members of staff on fight night. You know, on the first show, we had 3 people running everything. I remember I didn't get a chance to sit down or like trying to sort the tickets out, trying to sort this out. Finance was even harder then. So, but I think they're the kind of experiences that build you to what you are today. Them struggles and them shows where we had no staff, we had the pressure, we had no finance. It kind of builds you for this, and this is why we know we're made of something. This is why getting here, it's not been a fluke. You know, we've done this by merit. We've worked our bollocks off, worked hard, took risks, and we are here now. And I believe we're in a very strong position, and people will see why there's so much hype about us and why we're going to reach the levels we do.
So just picking this back up with Izzy, so we will talk about 2024 and we will talk a bit about 2023, but just in terms of yourself and the personal journey to get to where you are, I believe the first and only Pakistani boxing promoter in the UK. Just kind of your personal journey, even to where it began with GBM, been a bit of a ride.
Yeah, it's been one heck of a ride. You know, people only see the stuff, you know, on the screens and cameras. They don't know the struggle, the pressures, you know, the obstacles and hurdles. Not just for me, any boxing promoter. It's a tough old business. It's a cutthroat business. But listen, we persevered, we worked hard. And we pushed barriers, we pushed the ball out every time. I believe we improved on every single show. And yeah, you said about being British Pakistani. Yeah, I'm very proud of me, like kind of cultural background. And my grandfather come here in the mid-70s to work in a steel factory in Sheffield. And you know, obviously my dad was born here. I was born up in Sheffield. Very proud of my roots. I've been in Sheffield and obviously from a Pakistani background. But listen, Izzy Asif would have been a great promoter, any colour. I could be brown, pink, orange, purple or blue. I'd be a good boxing promoter, and that's what defines me. You know, it's not my ethnicity doesn't define me being a good boxing promoter. Izzy Asif being me, the man I am, defines it. So listen, I could have been purple, green, orange, blue, whatever you want to get me. I would have been a good boxing promoter, and that's why we kind of believe, you know, I don't want to, listen, we're not being arrogant about it. We are freaking good. We've proved it in 2 years, and these next few years are really going to show levels. We're gonna really roll the dice out, and for me, it's all or nothing, Oscar.
Just kind of an off the beaten track question. So if you look at yourself, Frank Warren, Eddie Hearn, Calisal and Ben Shalom, all promoters who know how to promote, know the game and have different qualities, but there must be like one star thing that you all have to have. Like, can you pinpoint what that one thing that a boxing promoter has to have is?
Listen, there's one thing I've got definitely different to them, and I'm not saying that makes me a better promoter. I've actually been in the ring, been a professional boxing promoter, and how many have done interviews next to the Eurostar? Can you get that on camera? Yeah, can you get that Eurostar on camera? This is the first Oscar Bevis. Look, they want pictures already. No, I'm messing.
So you said it was your kind of different quality that separates you. But in terms of, is there one quality that all boxing promoters have? You think? Because I know it's not a job that, you know, your man on the street can just walk in and succeed.
Listen, you've got to have certain level of showmanship. You've got to have certain level of kind of knack of delegating stuff and putting good shows on. You know, boxing promotion have different elements to it. You've got to have a business mindset about you and all. You've got to have a knack of knowing which fighters are going to get to the top. You know, like Frank Warren does so well. He really knows how to manoeuvre fighters. Eddie puts great shows on. You know, Ben's got that young vision where he's really driven it, and for a young man, he's got one of the biggest TV contract in the country. I believe all them elements and segments, but you've got to have all of them to be the best. And I believe I do carry a lot of them. You know, I'm learning on the job. I'm learning all the time, but I don't feel like I'm too far off being recognised as a top boxing promoter out there. Some people might be thinking he's getting carried away. I'm not getting carried away whatsoever. I sincerely believe that I'm going to be one of the best boxing promoters in this country, and that's the way we're going at it. And I said it a few times. It might all be a dream, but we'll give it a good time try.
Mate, I believe in you. I believe in you. Thank you, my friend. So yeah, just kind of looking back, thank you. Just looking back on 2023, I guess I'm going to do some like GBM Awards. Yeah. Thank you very much. I guess it should be. I guess you feel like it should be me pouring your drinks.
No, sorry, I'll do it for you, Oscar. Listen, no ego here. We're from Yorkshire United. How we go down there?
Right, so I'm going to conduct the official GBM Awards for the year. Just a couple off the top of my head. I feel like the first question kind of answers itself for the people who know. But what was your GBM? Cheers.
It's a massive 2024.
Happy days. Cheers.
Water, by the way.
Only water for now. GBM for you. GBM 2023. What was your GBM fight of the year?
Reece Hamid Gaz, what a tear up
that was one of the British fights of the year.
That was unbelievable. That was our first title. For me, that will always hold a very importance in my promotional career, because it's the first ever title we put on. You know, it was a proper local dust up Yorkshire, but your Battle of Yorkshire were named. It was toe to toe for 10 rounds, and you know, I believe it could have been there with the best fight of the year. That would definitely tear up, and Reece obviously went on to put a really good performance in Gary Cully, which I thought he won. So yeah, just that was it. Reece Hamid Gaz.
Yeah. Who is your prospect of the year?
See, we've got a few undefeated fighters at the moment who's working alongside us. You know, we've got Naman Hussain, who's undefeated, who's stopped 4 of his 5 opponents along them lines, and then we've got obviously Frak Ali, who's undefeated 9-0. There's a lot of prospects coming up. We've just got Owen Durnan on our next show. You know, there's quite a few of them out there, but I think Naman's edging the way at the moment because of his amateur background. You know, national titles, got a massive fan base, and I believe he's gonna cause some noise in the featherweight division or super bantam. He reckons he can make. I'm not sure at the moment, but yeah, he's one of them. But listen, 2024 is about building a group of fighters that we believe are going to go to the top. But it was hard to do in the first 2 years. You know, there's a lot of finance involved. You know, you've got to make sure you can give them the right kind of work. We only put a few shows on last year, which is not enough. This is why we're going to do probably 7 or 8 shows this year at least, so we can give the work out there, get the guys on the show, get them active, make sure they're regular fighting. So this year is going to be a real surge of signing top talented guys, and then the key thing is they're not going to be just Sheffield based. We really are going to spread it all over the country and sign the top prospect that we believe are going to go right to the top.
What was your show of the year?
I enjoyed the last show at the basketball arena.
Is it because of the special moment of being the first ones to kind of stamp your authority and do something in that arena?
Yeah, one obviously really historic, but I don't know if I mentioned it to you before in previous interviews. We had real struggles. We only got the license for the venue like 4 days before. We only got internet installed 2 days before. There was so much going against us. We got top of the bill pulled out on the morning of fight night. Reece Wall and Martin McDonough. So everything went against us. You know, the real pressure's on. The venues were not sure about boxing because obviously it's a basketball arena and there's the stigma sometimes basketball shows and fans hold, which I think sometimes not fair. But listen, we proved them wrong. They were absolute priceless nights in the sense where no trouble whatsoever. Everything went really well. Cracking night. Everybody enjoyed it. That's the kind of show we'll always stand out as something that we achieved against all the odds. So last one for that. But yeah, unbelievable year. Last 2 years we've had, but we're not like kind of celebrating that. For us, it's about going forward now and see what we can deliver in the next couple of years.
Who was your best supported fighter of 2023? A fighter who was in the ring, who you just looked around and went, yeah, this fighter's got the backing, got the support, got the vocal fans, the noise. Who was your best supported fighter of 2023?
Two kids. It's going to be either Naphtali, who made his professional boxing debut and he sold a lot, former professional basketball player, or it's Naman Hussain, who's continuously sold big numbers. Every show, so it's not just sometimes you see kids who make the debut to sell a few good tickets, then the sports dies down, but his hasn't, and that I think goes because he's had a couple of knockouts, and you know it's the entertainment business. Even though they're fans, you want to come and watch people entertain, and because he's got the few knockouts, he's kept the fan base, and he sells all the time, and he's probably our biggest ticket seller, and hence listen, this game, ticket sales are a massive thing, especially when you're not got a TV contract. You know, the bums on the seats, the numbers have got to stack up, and it does help. It makes it easier for me as a promoter when I'm matching him. So yeah, Naman Hussain is one who always consistently sells well.
He's doing well in the awards so far. Will he get knockout of the year? Who's got GBM knockout of the year?
GBM knockout of the year. I tell you, it was the star I really liked, Sheldon McDonald. He got the stoppage. I can't remember what round it was. He got a stoppage. Really impressive. You know, against a game opponent, come out, put his shots together, and took him out nicely. I think that was the best stoppage I enjoyed of the year. So we go like, can't keep giving them to the man, could we? So Sheldon McDonald for the knockout of the year for GBM Sports.
You can't have him look like teacher's pet, can you? Yeah, and then I guess one that's more geared towards 2024. Be it a prospect, be it a fighter who's more experienced. Who is one that we perhaps might not know too much about that we should look forward to in 2024? Someone whose fight dates you should mark down on your calendar.
Listen, there's a kid called Owen Durnan. He boxed in the ABA finals. Went to watch him. I signed him when he boxed Ibrahim Spider in the ABA Nationals. Unfortunately, we had issues with medical. He actually suffered and got cancer. He got diagnosed with cancer. Yeah, he was absolutely devastated. He's overcome that. He's overcome his medical issues with licensing and whatnot, and he's having his second fight in February 9th at GBM Sports. Listen, the kid could be a future superstar. He's got a great story. You know, he got bullied at school. They actually call him the boxing geek, and he's making his GBM debut. So he's somebody I really always thought he could go all the way. First time I watched him spar, I said he's a future world champion. So listen, but it's easy looking good in sparring. We understand that. But he's one to watch out for. But this next show we've got is packed talent. You know, any one of them could really go all the way. But they've got to want it, they've got to push it, and you know they've got to do the numbers and all in the sense of they've got to beat the right fights at the right time. So yeah, plenty to look forward to.
Mate, brilliant! What a story that is, and I can't wait to sit down and have a little chat with him for IFL. I guess we can call this moment of the year, but I don't need you to tell me. I know you spoke about it a lot, but the TalkSport deal must be your kind of outside of the ring moment of the year. Yeah, you spoke about it a lot, but it must mean a lot to sit there and just know that you've got such good support, and we all know the TalkSport lads anyway, and they're wicked people.
Crazy, isn't it? Working class lad from Sheffield secured the biggest sporting platform probably in the world. Is it the world? Is it the country? Because I've been saying the world all this time. It sounds a bit better, doesn't it? Now listen, they're massive. What a platform TalkSport is, and for them to kind of identify us You know, a kid when nobody heard of 2 years ago. They could have gone to any promotional outfit. Nobody said no to Talk Sport to have them as exclusive streaming partners. It was a massive thing. It was a kind of a reassurance for us we're doing the right thing, because sometimes, yeah, I might come on camera and I'll give it all the large one and tell you I'm the best and all this, but really deep down you think, am I really doing this? But things like that kind of reassure it for you, and that Talk Sport deal was massive, and we're going to grow with them, and them kind of backing us has really strengthened us financially and all, because we've got some really good sponsors on board. We've got financially stronger than we've ever been before, so yeah, this is going to be a massive year for us, and we're going to really, like I said, roll the dice out and take it to that level or two up.
Yeah. Just the final one, what boxing YouTube channel have supported you best this year?
IFL TV. Nothing to talk about. Listen, you're best in the business for a reason, and you're seeing that. Look, I'm not. You're always there when, because look, it's all good in a couple of years, Oscar, when I've got a TV contract and all these YouTube channels coming to me then. But I never forget the ones who kind of supported me when I'm trying to build my name, trying to push my name and brand out there. And you guys have been there, whether it's in Arizona, whether it's Saudi Arabia, wherever I've been in the world, yeah, which I've done quite a lot of it travelling this year in boxing world. You've been there, IFL TV, so big up to you, big up to Coogan and the boys, Andrew, and you know, always there backing me. And listen, when I'm the top promoter in the country, you always get #1 spot.
My man. Just on a personal note, I want to talk about someone that actually going to Saudi Arabia, going to Arizona for Sonny's unification with BAM. Just on a personal level, mixing in kind of them boxing circles, and I guess just kind of spreading the GBM word, but also enjoying it, just sitting there and getting to watch fights that you don't have to stress about. You just get to enjoy. So on a personal level, a good year as well.
Yeah, really good year. Travelled all over. I've got a lot of comments on social media. Everywhere you go, we see you, Izzy. And yeah, some of the matchroom boys were saying, everywhere you go, Izzy, we see it at shows. But listen, I'm in the business to learn and develop and enjoy as well, because, yeah, it's work to a certain degree, but I enjoy going to the boxing. I enjoy watching Sunny Edwards, who's a friend of mine, and watch Junaid Boston, whether it's going to, you know, watch Shabazz Masood, Hamza Shiraz, all these guys, they're mates of mine, they're friends, I consider friends in the game. So it's a job that, listen, it's living the dream, in it really, because I'm enjoying what I do. A so-called job is like almost a dream of mine, where I always want to be involved in sport at a certain level. And, you know, I say, after being a professional boxer, what better than being a boxing promoter? And, you know, there's a lot of people can box, but they can't promote. A lot of promoters can't box. I can do them both, Oscar Bevis.
We'll wait for your Misfits debut eagerly in 2024.
Nah, listen, I still spar with some of the lads, and, you know, I'm done with that game.
We've seen your sparring footage. We put a little bit of you and Pat on a...
I can still have a little bit of a dance, but listen, let the fighters, young kids do the fighting. I'm happy talking to you, trying to put a show on together and make future world champions. But listen, I think once you're a fighter, it never leaves your blood. I always got that fight element in me. Always love sparring and always got that in me. But I'm really content being a boxing promoter, even though it's crazy to say it's a real cutthroat, horrible business at times. But listen, I enjoy all the hustle of it. I enjoy being around good people and positive vibes. And yeah, listen, we're in a good place, and we're in a place where we're really going to cause some noise this year.
Yeah. And for 2024, obviously, we got the date and location of your first show. I guess this is where you do the promoter bit, and you give me and us that little sales pitch as to why this is going to be a cracking opener for GBM.
Yeah, listen, you know, normally you've got to come on here and sell a show, and you give it the large one. This show's a proper card. I don't need to really sell it much. We've got Thomas Asomba defending his European bantamweight title against Eli Conky, mandatory challenger. Listen, they're both ex-Olympians, so you know what a top of the bill that is. We've got Stevie Levy versus Ebony Jones for the first ever English title in history of this country. That, Oscar, stuff like that, you can't put a price on. To be the promoter that puts on Stevie Levy and Ebony Jones for the first ever English title, nobody can ever take that away from me. That's history. That's more than actually the money sometimes. You know, the money's nice, but when you make history and legacy like that, it's worth all the job. And then we've got Shaquille Thompson on the card. We've got Sheldon McDonald versus Perry Alfred, all cruiserweight Sheffield title. We've got Frak Ali on a really hard fight against Kevin Tranner. And this is the way forward now. They're signed by me, managed by me, promoted by me. They've got to be in proper fights. They've got to make some noise, and they've got to. Cheers, lads. Take care. They've got to be, you know, entertaining. Because listen, we're in the entertainment business. They've got a great platform with us, and yeah, it's our best show by a country mile. You know, it's real levels, and you know, we're getting comments like, oh, this should have been on TV, this could have been on TV. But listen, we carry on focusing on what we've got, keep developing, progressing, and listen, let's see where this year takes us.
Yeah. Well, we know one place where it will be, and that is Talk Sport. So if you're not there, tune in and listen and watch what's going to be a wicked opener for you boys. Yeah, one more thing. So we've seen pictures.
Did we remind them about the date? Because I've got to get that plug in. February the 9th. If you're not there with a ticket, you're unfortunate, because it's going to be a sellout. Talk Sport Boxing. It's going to be a live show. It's going to be the best show we've ever done. It's going to be one of the best shows of the year. Sorry, there's a couple of decent shows before that, but listen, it's going to be real action, and there might be a little. I took this away, Oscar, this year. There might be a little prize bonus for every knockout of the show. I've said that on camera now, so I'm going to stick to it, haven't I? Yeah. You know, Yorkshire,
Every knockout, people are going to come swinging.
Oscar, I said, yeah, you know, in Yorkshire, we don't have contracts, we just shake hands and we do that, yeah? So, listen, every knockout of the show gets a bit of a financial bonus. Listen, I took it away this year because we did it on the first year. I'm going to bring it back in, and that next show, let's see some knockouts, let's see some action, let's entertain. And I'll put the money where my mouth is, and I'll make sure every knockout of the night gets a financial reward.
Well, that is a reason, if there wasn't any anyway, for fans to tune in. Just one more thing. So I spoke about on a personal level, so you going around and going to shows and whatnot. We've seen what the Saudis are doing and His Excellency Turkey. We see pictures of him with Frank and Eddie, which, mate, at the start of the year, you would have said they were AI generated. I can't believe we've even seen kind of the events of the last couple of months. When's your Middle Eastern involvement? Because I know you've got a lot of friends out there. Obviously, you've been out there. We're going to see you and Turkey shaking hands very soon.
Yeah, they've got to bring a big sack of money, a massive sack of money, put it in my boot, shut boot, let me drive to Sheffield, and then we'll do that. We'll talk. Now, listen, it's great what's happening. It's great for the sport. It's funny what money can do, isn't it, Oscar? It's great what a large amount of money can do. Listen, it's good for the sport. Whether money's involved, which obviously it is, money, you know, it's great for the sport. The big fights will happen. My only danger with that is, I love the good old British fight night and the atmosphere we get here. I hope we don't lose that, which I'm hoping we don't for the bigger fights. But listen, it's great for the sport. It's great that Eddie and Frank are working together. It's great that Turk's got the vision of a boxing fan. And I think it's only good for the sport, the fight. And the most important thing is the fighters get paid handsomely, which is I'm all for, because listen, they risk their life every time they step through them rings. You know, being a former fighter, I understand every element, every single risk they take. I understand it and I appreciate it more than anybody. So fair play to you boys. Go out there, get your money. But when GBM, we'll do something in the Middle East, you know. I don't know what kind of magnitude it'll be on, but we'll end up doing something there. Once I've got that sack, Oscar, we're flying straight up to Saudi, all right?
Izzy, my man, pleasure. Thank you.
I'm fine.